getting down to the end now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the end. Just about got to hear from our new president, but before we do that, I'd like to say my last comments as president, and that is I want to give my full support to our new president, Philip Bradshaw, a friend of mine, a good friend, who will do an outstanding job. Philip will bring commitment and leadership to the presidency. And here's your steering wheel. You ready to go? There you go, Philip.
Thank you very much, Don. I guess I can't say I'm a loss of words. That's never happened, has it, Tom? I'm known to talk too much, so I have a script today, believe it or not, and my wife made it and made sure that I had comments and I followed to it, because I have a tendency when I get to speaking, I get to preaching at the end, so I mix up speaking and preaching together, so just bear with me, but I do appreciate it. And it is an honor for me to serve as your president, and I stand here in front of you basically in awe. And I think to myself, who in the world would ever thought this old country guy from Isle of Wight County would ever serve as president of ACO? I mean, you know, I was raised up on the farm, a peanut farm, Walter. We talked about that. And so I know what the hard life is like to get out there and working folks. I know what it's like, and I've experienced it. Thank God I didn't farm. I didn't want to. My father made sure that none of us, I've got 4 brothers and none of us farm. But I'm truly honored to serve as your president of ACO this year, and it's really a pleasure and an honor. Thank you. But first of all, I want to thank an individual that's been by my side and stood behind me for the last 16 years as I've served on the Isle of Wight County Board of Supervisors throughout the state, and she's had to take second seat a lot, and that's my wife and my soulmate for the last 29 years. Also, I've got two of my 3 daughters that are here today with me. They came here this weekend, and I appreciate and want to recognize them, because family is very important to me. Always has been important to me, with multi-generations and cousins and everybody else, you know, that we do it country style. And we get together a lot, and I do appreciate when my family is able to come with me. I like my youngest daughter, Caitlin. Caitlin, you want to wave a little bit? Caitlin is shy. I always introduce her. She's an angel. We don't say a whole lot. One of the main reasons I've been involved with helping human services with ACO for the years is she has a unique, special medical condition. Excuse me. And so we deal with a lot of issues, but she's our angel. And thank you for being here and supporting your dad. It also gives me a pleasure to introduce my middle daughter, Melissa. And Melissa, you can stand up. She knows how to do this. For all you Hogan fans, this is the 2008 Hogan Queen. Thank you very much. And I also like to recognize my Board of Supervisors members from Isle of Wight County that are here. Stan Clark, Tom Wright, and I know your spouses are here also. Thank you all for your support. My county administrator, Doug Caskey, and my county attorney, Paul Burton. Jim Brown was here earlier this week and had to leave, but I appreciate y'all's support and everything that you've done as we've worked here. There are a lot of individuals that I should recognize, and I don't like doing that, but I've got a few that I just want to point out real quick and say that's helped me since I've been here and took me under the wing, and we've been close friends ever since I've been on here for 16 years. John Jenkins has been a personal friend for me for so long, and I appreciate Ernestine everything that y'all have done for me. Billy Carter from Rockingham County, I think he and I bonded from day one. We called ourselves the Rebels in Vaco, and we were always stirring up trouble, and we love to do it in the Board of Directors meetings. Harrison Moody from Dinwiddie, I know Harrison, you and I and our families, we've experienced a lot together, and I do appreciate that. And one close friend who's not here, Jack Miller. I just can't tell you the number of laughs and the fellowship and the friendship that we've had together, and him just calling me all the time during the day, hey, what you doing? And you know, stuff like that. But and I do appreciate it. And as many more, and as I look out here, everybody has had an impact on my life and on my experience in the political career. I'm committed to working with you to strengthen VACO. I'm convinced that working together through VACO, we'll become a stronger and more vibrant organization. Most of you know me, and if you don't know me, I'm very simple and to the point, and I don't beat around the bush, and I usually tell it like it is. A lot of times people can't stand it. I cut through the chase. This is how it is, and this is what we need to address, and let's go with it. And I need to tell you that the near-term economic future for local governments isn't bright. We've heard this the whole weekend. As supervisors, you've been told, and you've told me, that developing the 2011 budget, the next budget, the 2011, is going to be a difficult time. But more importantly, it's going to be more difficult than what you've gone through. And then as we look into fiscal year 2012, that's going to be even more hard. We've all talked that this weekend. We talked it throughout the year ever since, and we're all scared as far as what the governor's going to do when he prepares his next budget and what it's going to do to us. The thing that we have to keep in mind is that the citizens of Virginia are the ones who are going to shoulder this burden. They're the individuals that we have to be concerned with. And we must be more aware than ever before that the impact to our small rural communities, and all of you know it, when you're sitting there thinking about what in the world are we going to do, the impact is going to be greater than ever. In the short term, we must work together to weather this economic storm, and we can do it. We must work together to protect our fiscal and policy interests. If we sleep at the wheel, then the General Assembly will take away more and add more mandates. We must not sleep at the wheel. We must work together. Every legislative session presents unique challenges. 2010, 2011, there will not be any exceptions. As you know, state and local revenues will continue to remain stagnant. The state will enact additional budget reductions, cuts, or whatever you may want to call them. They will be impacting and affecting our schools and key state mandated services. And county leaders, all of us throughout the Commonwealth, will have to make important budget decisions affecting the lives of all of our citizens. How will you as a supervisor address this next round of state budget reductions? Will there be tax increases in your locality? Will there be reductions in services? Or will there be personnel layoffs? What will you do as an elected supervisor in the upcoming year and the next years? What is your vision as an elected supervisor for your locality? We as local governments can no longer continue to shoulder the burdens of the state's mismanagement with reductions in funding and increase in mandates. But of course, we are the best run and best managed state in the nation. Maybe it should be mentioned that our local